Rise and shine, and welcome to a new episode of the ASOM experience. How amazing it is to be alive again today and to be here with you and to share, to connect, to listen to new stories, to ideas, to experiences. Thanks to you, the community is growing. You are connecting, you're sharing, you're listening, you're watching, wherever you are. Thank you for taking the time. This time is yours, first and foremost. Whatever time you invest to learn and to grow and to expand is time that pays back just in your growth, just in understanding life better and finding more purpose. And as you know, today is a new episode with another exciting special guest. And I'm going to talk about her in a bit. I just want you to know that in the last few weeks, I was very happy to see that the Odette rebuild has been growing and helping communities in the Philippines also by building homes. Thanks to you, thanks to all your donations, we've ordered more and more roofing materials, which are being used to rebuild the community. So thank you for that. The GoFundMe is still open. And one more thing, coaching sessions are also live again. So feel free to book your next call. So time has come. With me today is a very special person whom I've met very recently. And I'll share a little bit more on the way we met. Just to say, she is currently helping coaches awaken their confidence and vision to manifest the life of their highest potential. She runs different workshops in different places. One of her big workshops happening in May is from the 9th till the 14th, which is living my true potential, and where she guides people to come home into the truth of their being and create a life that is in alignment with their soul. Very, very exciting. She's currently based in Amsterdam, in Holland, and I'm very happy to welcome with us today Yemaya Van De Belt. Hello, Yemaya.
Hey, Serge. Thank you. So happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much. You're so
Yeah.
welcome. And especially that we've known each other for just a few days, I would say.
Yes.
Would would you want to share a little bit on that, and also that feeling, that mutual feeling we had about, attracting like-minded people, manifesting, people who are aligned. It's really something that today you offer to the world. But just share a bit around this.
Well, shall I share a bit around how we met that?
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's this Tony Robbins group with a lot of people in it, an amazing, inspiring
Hmm.
group. And there was this post, a question about ayahuasca. So I felt like sharing some of my experience on that. And then Serge actually replied to my message.
Hmm.
And it felt like we were so on the same level and the same page. And like he was actually even adding on to what I said already. And yeah, I think it is a perspective that not necessarily everybody takes on it. So yeah, I just felt like this instant connection there, and then we connected on Facebook, and yeah, well, I guess the connection that we both felt already in that moment, yeah, it was completely right.
Absolutely, Maya. I'm very happy and grateful to be able to connect with you. And I think the the world we're living in today has become so disconnected that we almost find it impossible to meet new people, with the distances and barriers and restrictions and this and that. I felt, the moment I read your words, I felt that I wanted to connect. I felt that I was ready to share and connect with you. So once again, yeah, thank you for being open and trusting and being here again. um,
Mhm.
you're definitely doing a lot of amazing work, and you're guiding people, through their journeys and tapping into their highest potential. Tell us a little bit about your story. Who is Yemaya?
So who is Yemaya? Well, I guess my story has always been quite different from the normal path that people walk. As a child, I didn't go to school, and at the age of 12, I decided myself that I wanted to experience what a school would be like. So I tried it for 3 days, and as a very social child, I actually liked it. But from the age of 14, I started to get more and more health issues, which I always kind of had as a young child as well. But at the age of 14, I started dealing with chronic fatigue and like the feeling I had no muscle or bone in my body anymore, and it really started impacting my life. So yeah, by the age of 17, I went to the hospital, and doctors couldn't find any root cause. And they basically told me that it was in my mind. But somehow deep inside, I just knew it wasn't, because I know that I'm a very optimistic person, and I have a big love for life. So I just knew that something was off. So it really, yeah, it set me out on really believing in that voice within, even though pretty much everybody around me told me that I just had to start accepting to live life with illness. So yeah, I kept on searching, and basically at the point where I was really at the level of complete despair, I went to this therapist that tested my energy lines for the first time. And she finally could see that something was really off, that something was really wrong. So she gave me supplements for about €300 per month. And at the age of 18, when you want to become financial independent, it was like, well, I was really blessed that my parents were able to pay for that. So the supplements actually did help me a lot. So I was happy that I finally found something that made me feel better. So I really felt to pursue my biggest dream, which was traveling. But as my mom was really afraid that the supplements that were like white powder as well would be seen as cocaine in Thailand, she didn't want me to take them with me. So I went to Asia by myself, and within like 3 months time, my health just went down again. So yeah, after 9 months, I literally had no other choice but to go back to the Netherlands. But in the time that I was in Asia, like literally every temple I went to, I prayed. I prayed that one day I would be better, and that one day I would be healthy. So I came back to the Netherlands, and I went back to the same therapist, and she measured my energy lines again, and she basically told me, well, the next time you go traveling, it literally can become your death, because your immune system isn't able to deal with bacteria from other countries. And I just knew, like, it was like I always kind of knew that there was something more than this. So either I was gonna live a life that I loved, or I didn't want to, it was like, so it always really moved me towards what I wanted, because I wasn't going to settle for a life of illness, and I wasn't going to commit suicide either. So there was no other option for me, So I kept on searching, and yeah, truly like a miracle happened. I found a therapy that literally changed my life within one session. Yeah, and after that treatment, I could get rid of all my supplements. All my energy came back, and I finally felt like myself again. And this treatment was so unknown and literally took like 3 minutes maybe. I was like, why does nobody know about this treatment? Like, this has to get out into the world, right?
Wow.
So, but that also really opened my eyes that there is so much more that impacts our reality than our physical eye perceives. So it set me out on a journey of discovering more of those things. Yeah, which I did. And basically the therapies that I found that were very effective for me, I started learning. And at the age of 20, I had my first practice and I was giving treatments. And people that had ailments that, yeah, doctors couldn't help them with, or physiotherapists couldn't help them with, they came to me, and sometimes within 1, 2, 3 sessions, their ailments were gone. So I knew it wasn't just effective for me, but also for other people, right? In the beginning, I was a bit like, okay, does this just work with me? Or, but then, well, we're all humans, so we all work the same way, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but at some stage, I also felt that, well, I was finally better. And now I was hearing all of these ailments from other people. I was like, you know what? It's time to start living. Like, I
Right.
just want to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
And I love traveling and other cultures and the tropics. And so, yeah, again, I set my intentions really strong on creating abundance, because I was also kind of tired of living in a struggle about money. And it manifested. I rolled into making jewelry, and I started selling on the streets in Amsterdam. And yeah, I was living a very free, incredible life, you know, like working 6 months, traveling 6 months, meeting beautiful people on the streets. And then at a certain moment, yeah, I mean, as life goes, we all go
Yes.
with ups and downs, and we
Fluctuate.
hit
Absolutely.
obstacles. Yeah, right. So at some stage, like, my ex-boyfriend and I broke up, and I felt like I was really bumping into a wall again and dealing with things that people just couldn't explain. And sorry, I'm getting
Yeah.
a call. So yeah, I felt like there was something that people couldn't understand what I was dealing with, and I didn't understand what I was dealing with.
Right.
So at some stage I saw this movie called The Horse Boy. Have you ever heard
The
of it?
horse boy. Ah,
Yeah. Have you?
it rings a bell. Go
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that movie, and it's about a boy with autism. And yeah,
Okay.
and he goes on this journey. Well, I won't make
Yeah.
the story too long. I just can recommend everybody to watch this movie because it's so beautiful. But basically, it's a boy that gets treated by shamans in Mongolia, and he heals. And somehow, somewhere deep inside, I just knew, like, whatever it takes, I will get healthy, and I need to see a shaman.
Yes.
That is what I knew.
Yes. The power of thought. I mean, the power of thought and the power of, good thinking scientifically, affects your cells, your whole body and organs and tissues and everything. It's just listening to your story, Maya. I mean, this is for me also the first time. I never knew your full story, and I'm amazed just with especially that part where you explain and you share how you've turned from being the student to being the teacher, actually. And this is,
Mhm.
and when I say student and teacher, it wasn't actually just in the context of a lesson. It was more in the context of life itself. We are here to learn, and once we perfect, or we master a skill, or a, a tool, or a method and technique that we know can actually serve and contribute to the world, this itself shapes our
Mhm.
purpose.
Yeah.
um, and beautiful having people like yourself doing the work and actually offering the work. So I'm going to quickly tell to our listeners and people watching, how can they connect with you, Yemaya? We're connected on
Mhm.
Facebook. Please just now share the ways they can connect, and then we'll move on with the interview.
Mhm. So they can connect by Facebook,
Yes.
Yemaya with 2 times a Y, and then Van De Belt.
Yes.
And soon there will be a website called munaiaimi.com.
Wow. Okay, I will mention both in the description, so that it's easy
Great.
to yeah. Um, the website name is
Munai
Munai.
Aini.
I
I will send
me.
it to you. You
Right.
can
I
put
mean,
it. Yeah,
of
there is
course
a
I'm
whole story beyond
right.
it.
Okay. 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 We
I
might.
was thinking, like, should I make a name that people can remember easily? But the essence of
I
these
love it.
words
Of course.
stands completely for what I stand for and
Right.
what I want to bring into the world. So,
Yeah. I bet.
yeah,
I bet.
Monai Aini, it is.
Munai. I need. It's like wabi sabi. It's amazing. I'm sure there's something that yeah, we'd love to listen to. Um,
Yeah.
just I see this beautiful connection that we're sharing now, and I wanna know more about you. Yemaya, tell us what motivates you to wake up in the morning. What gets you up and starting?
That's a good question. What gets me up and starting? Well, truly, I love seeing the transformation in people, their lives.
Mm,
That is something that I'm just so passionate about, you know? So to support people on their journey and turn their, yeah, blockages and traumas and past experiences into resources and wisdom that fuel them to pursue their dreams and to literally create them, to empower them. That is something that I'm really passionate about.
mm.
What else gets me up in the
Yeah.
morning? Yeah, well, the excitement for life, I guess. I love waking up on beaches, like traveling. I've been in the city for a while now, but
Wow.
yeah,
Yes. Where is your next destination?
Ibiza has been calling me for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
But
definitely.
Mexico is also like,
Hmm. I'll
oh, there are
definitely
so many
connect you
places.
with beautiful, amazing souls in Ibiza. I will do that
Oh, nice.
whenever you get the chance to go there. So,
Great.
uh, I love the fact that what really gets you up and motivates you in the morning is others. Is really
Mm,
knowing that you can make a difference. You can
mhm.
guide people through their transformation, and this is another thing I feel we have in common, which resonates so much. And with everything that you have become, and also the story that you've shared in the intro, I'm sure you've been through different stages and milestones and stories and other turning points as well. Was there one turning point or one moment that kind of shaped as well the course of your life, um, for you to do the work that you do today?
Mm, I think there have been a few.
Yes.
There have been a few, but one that comes to mind is that at one moment I felt that there was more that I had to give to this world than just making jewelry and having beautiful, inspiring conversations on the street.
Okay.
And I was in Australia, and I opened myself for a bigger vision to come true. And I asked Spirit, what is it that you want to manifest through me here in the world? And this program, Live My True Potential, came through, which is literally about becoming the conscious creator of your own life and truly awakening into who you really are, and creating an aligned life to that, and also giving that contribution that you're here to give. So I opened myself to this vision, but I didn't have the right tools to bring this vision into this reality. And it was a massive vision. So I needed certain tools, and I didn't even have the network in Australia because I didn't live there so long yet. And I knew there was this invisible wall I was bumping into, but I couldn't see what it was that I was bumping into. So again, I set my intentions to find the mentor that was already doing what I wanted to do. And as the universe works so magically, I found this person. And I went to an NLP course. And in that course, I became aware of the things that I was still bumping into, the deep unconscious beliefs that were actually holding me back. And it came down to not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy of love, not trusting myself. And to me, it was really incredible to see and to experience how fast we can actually shift those very deep beliefs that are creating our behaviors and the possibilities we even see and what we create in our world, right? So when I shifted that, I transformed it into beliefs that really empowered me to make this vision manifest and to truly believe in myself on even a deeper level. And that really transformed my reality. So I came back to Amsterdam, and the visions I had, the intuitive, not just that I felt to create, just when I really took responsibility for my creation and took aligned action on that and really showed up for my dreams, it just happened like this. So that was really something that I think was definitely a big shifting point in my life. Yeah. And then I took the things that I learned there and also added them onto the course, that the vision that had already come true. And then it just felt like complete. It was like that also needed to be implemented. So yeah.
That's so wonderful coming from you. And the way you describe creating a vision, but also getting to that, making this happen, is also having to go through that inner war or inner fight to actually face all the blockages and the burdens. And we can go on and on, but it's just all the weight, all that weight that we carry, and I say this and I agree, and I live it on a constant basis as well. Every time I want to expand, I feel that in order for me to expand, I need to first let go. And I need to let go of myself. So, Yemaya, you definitely have a wonderful story, very inspiring. And I'm sure your younger self, um, I'm sure your younger self was different in ways. And if you were to advise the younger Yemaya, let's say in your 20s or teens, what would you tell her?
To trust in herself. And it's funny because I read this question the other day and I was like, it was so funny because the first thing that popped up was trust. And then I was like,
Yes.
wow, I can still tell myself that now. When am I really learning this lesson, Even
Absolutely.
though I trust myself much more. But yeah, trust
Wow.
I think is very important.
So but by self-trust, you also refer to trusting life and trusting your existence, the whole universe too. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, no, totally.
Okay,
Totally. But I think our whole reality is a reflection of the relationship that we have with ourselves. So we can never trust life more than what we trust ourselves.
totally. Very well. Very well. I'm sure your younger self is smiling right now.
Yes, dancing even.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Love that. Um, Beautiful, beautiful. I would love to listen more to, today we've discussed your vision, and what would be, I would say, your lifetime mission. I mean, it's kind of something that that is also being created, right? It's being manifested, but what is the mission that you're mostly connected with today?
I think to really empower people in the truth of who they are.
Mm,
I believe that we're all this unique puzzle piece in this bigger puzzle.
mm,
And I think through conditioning and society, so many people have merged themselves to be something, but maybe that is not so aligned with who they truly are. And I feel very driven and connected to helping people to really come home to who they are so they can really shine bright and also give the best of themselves to the world so we can all contribute in our own unique way. Just like the apple tree doesn't eat its own apples, but
mm.
other people can be nourished from it. The water doesn't drink its own water, it nourishes others. I think our gifts are there to serve others. So, together to create a world that is more loving, more
Mm.
harmonious, in a harmonic way with the earth and with all beings, the visible and the invisible ones. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow, Maya. I mean, yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. And in a world where we're going through war and restrictions, and I mean everything that's happening right now, everyone is on alert mode. Everyone is holding on to fear. I feel like we need to give more love and give more hope and tell
Mhm.
people that they are here because they have a lot to give,
Yeah.
and this is what we forget. This is what
Yeah.
we forget. Um,
Yeah. But I also think that the relationship we have with ourselves is
right.
so essential, because deep down so many people have beliefs around not being worthy of certain things, or not feeling good enough, or they have beliefs that are actually holding themselves small. And with that, it really it can do something in the relationship that they feel with themselves, because they might not even believe that what they deeply want in their heart is possible for them to create. So I think it is a combination of undoing yourself from the things that you're not, but also transforming those inner beliefs into beliefs that actually serve you in truly living your potential and living what you have inside of you. Because the more you believe in yourself, the more you can bring those gifts to life. If you don't believe in them, the world will always be a reflection of who you are. So even if other people would believe in you, if you have a strong belief within that you don't believe in yourself, or you're not worthy of something, you cannot let it in. You literally filter it out. So we only need one person to believe in ourselves, and that's us.
Wow. That's very powerful and impactful, and once again very grateful that you are here and we're doing this and sharing together. Yemaya, you definitely have a lot of impact. Who are you impacting the most today?
I think the people that benefit most from the things I do are people that have done some self-work already, and that really feel that there is more that they want to bring to this world. They have a vision they want to bring to life, or there's more people they want to serve, but it's this invisible wall that they bump into that is still holding them back. And usually it comes down to still unresolved trauma, or they have done inner work, but not the inner work that actually is necessary to create their vision in this reality. Because sometimes that takes different work. It's like, okay, if you start a business, but you still have things around being seen or being vulnerable, or yeah, being visible, then it is going to be most likely quite difficult to lift your business off the ground, right? You might know about this.
Absolutely. So I remember the initial steps and stages. I mean, it's always funny because, you know, in business, in relationships, in health, in anything, in traveling, you're always confronted with yourself. You're always confronted with your shadows and patterns and all of these. And then at some point you're like, okay, I see you. Come here. You can sit on my side and it's going to be fine. You know, it's going to be fine. We're going to do this together. So self-awareness, as you said, believing in yourself, believing that you can change and transform, knowing that you have the chance. And once again, you woke up today, you have another chance. You have another chance to do amazing things. And this is what Yemaya is doing. So, yeah.
Is there an exercise I can share?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There is this exercise that really gave me so much that I started to implement it as a habit.
Would love to.
And it comes from Lisa Nichols, which was a big inspiration for me as well. So it's a mirror exercise. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but I can truly recommend everybody to try it out at least. So basically, in the morning or the evening, as you prefer, you stand in front of the mirror and you look into your own eyes. And then you deeply connect to yourself and your own heart. And then you start with your name, dear. So for me, dear Yemaya, I am proud of you because, and then you repeat this sentence 7 times with other outcomes. If 7 times is a bit too many in the beginning, just really try to come up with it, because it helps your mind to actually look at more things to be proud of. And then you say, dear, your name, I forgive you for. And what this did for me was that I could feel that it opened my heart deeper to myself. And I could see how in the past I had been so hard on myself. Actually, sometimes almost punishing myself, really not loving, not helping myself to open more or to be compassionate to myself. And this exercise really helped me to feel more love for myself. And then you also say that one 7 times. And then the last one is, I commit to you too, or I promise to you too. So you make commitments to yourself. And yeah, this exercise for me, I've done it for 30 days after each other. And I think I can say it was life-changing. Yeah. No, it really shifted something
Wow.
in me. Just the way I was talking to myself, and it just reprograms your mind as well. And to be more compassionate for ourselves also in challenging moments. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yemaya. I'm proud of you. I forgive you, and I commit. I commit
You commit
to
to me.
to making this
All
podcast
right.
episode amazing. No, that's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Such a beautiful. I'm gonna actually practice it tomorrow morning. I love mirror gazing, and especially looking within. But just doing this exercise itself, I think, creates more expansion and allows your mind to also, in a way or another, reprogram itself. If you do that over and over time, it's a little bit also that
Totally.
has to do with NLP.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing this. It's beautiful to have guests
Yeah.
come up with some practices, some
Yeah.
techniques. We've had also some breath work in the past. I do
Oh,
that
great.
mostly on solo episodes, because when I create those, I also try to provide some techniques that that listeners can go through. So
Wow, that's great.
yeah, um, beautiful. Thank you so much, Yemaya. And the
Mm.
next question that comes to my mind is, there's a saying, we are all heroes, but some of us don't wear capes. Who are you a hero to right now?
Honestly, the first answer that comes to my mind is to myself.
Yes, absolutely. That's a very valid answer. That's a very valid, without any hesitation. I mean, tell us, yeah, tell us just a little bit more.
Yeah, well, honestly, I actually came from a 2-year recovery.
Okay.
Like, as I said, life is, or at least my life is going with ups and downs. And sometimes it's a bit of a rocky road with high peaks, but also challenging lows. And this vision that I just talked about came through about 2.5 years ago. And then I was full lit on fire and going, and things were going incredibly well. And then I fell off the bike, and
Oh.
I had a concussion. And then that, yeah, next to that, Lyme's disease. So the last 2 years, I can truly say, were very, very, very challenging. But also I think in every moment we have the choice on how we deal with the situation. Is it happening to us? Is it happening for us? And if we use it in the most beneficial way for ourselves, like, what do we do? How can we grow stronger because of this? So I went to deeper layers in myself, looking like, okay, why did I attract this in my life? Like, what is still something I need to look at? What is the resonance underneath that attracted this, right? We cannot attract something in our reality if there is no
Yes,
resonance for it.
absolutely.
It's simply not possible. So
Absolutely.
it invited me to again go on a deeper journey within and look at things that I hadn't looked at before, which then again, yeah, I could come home even more into myself. You know, there are always these parts that we can still integrate and we become stronger of it. But yeah, like it has been incredibly challenging. So I think
Wow.
I've been a hero to myself by just keep on going and believing that I could get out, that I could and that I actually still made my vision come true in reality, even though it took longer than I hoped it would. And the journey went a bit different than I thought it would, you
Oh,
know? Sounds a lot like life, doesn't
sounds.
it?
Wow, you're a true survivor, and I'm very happy that you're here and sharing, and you're full of life and health. I'm very happy to see you do better, and also once again move with your vision, make it happen, and today lead and guide others into their visions and tapping into their highest potential. This is what Yemaya does. So anyone who would like to connect again with her, find her name, her upcoming website also in the description. You're doing an excellent job. The world is listening right now. What is your message? What is your one message that you would share with the world?
Believe in yourself.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and believe in what you're capable of. The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do.
Good to
Please be crazy enough to think that you can change the
dare.
world.
Yeah, just dare. And I think,
Dare.
yeah, people do not dare enough. And I say people, but I mean, also if we look today, a few days ago it was Women's Day, and you know, I praise and I admire women for how brave and courageous they have been since decades and centuries, and uh, you know, more than ever, and that's, you know, that this is something very inspiring for all of us, for for men, for other women, for children, for, you know, just, yeah, that really touches me. So beautiful message. um Now we're gonna move into our fast cues. So you have one word or one short sentence to answer. Are you ready?
Oh, I am.
Wonderful. So what is the meaning of life?
Love.
Love.
Very cliche, but that's the first answer that comes
Beautiful.
out.
We are put on this earth for what reason?
mostly experience, but I think some people really came with a purpose and a mission. But it's different for people. We're all unique, so.
It's great to have both sides. Okay. What is destiny?
Well, actually, two answers come up. I think, again, I see every person as unique. So this may also be different for every person. And for one person, the soul blueprint may be very clear. But honestly, I think that right now, where we're moving into consciousness, we are the creators of our destiny. We have a choice, and the choice is right now.
Yes.
So I think it's up to us, up to ourselves.
Yes. We are responsible and accountable for that. Beautiful. What is true happiness?
I think fulfillment.
Think
Fulfillment.
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 Yes.
And I think, again, also that's different for everybody. Everybody has their own unique recipe for happiness.
Yeah. Do you believe in afterlife or reincarnation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is true mindfulness?
Being aware of your thoughts
Mhm.
and being able to observe them and knowing that you're not your thought.
That you're
Knowing
not
that
your
you're
thought.
so much more than that. And that you can just reprogram your thinking.
Very well. And what does it mean to be present?
Wow. Yeah, to be really in the here and now and to be connected to this very moment with everything that is present here right now. You on my screen, plant next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just here.
100%. And the final fast Q, how would you describe God?
Well, I think many people have how to say it, an idea with God, or just something that we called into life, a thought that we called into being, kind of. I believe there is a much bigger intelligence that is just so connected and so fine-tuned and precise, like just how like everything in nature, you know, is created out of this sacred geometry that is at the base of reality. How profound is that? For me, that intelligence, that however we want to call it, I guess I would see that as God.
Beautiful. Wow. You did really well with the fast cues. Good job. And
Not such a short answer, though.
I mean, yeah, you managed with a few words and sometimes a bit longer, but it's, yeah, you definitely were clear enough. So thank you so much.
Right.
And our final bonus question is, what question have I not asked you today and you would like to, share more about?
I think it's not necessarily a question that you
Mm.
not ask me, but there is something that I would like to share more, which is about conscious creation
Yes.
and manifestation. So I think there are quite some people that have visions or dreams in their hearts that they would like to see come true. Not knowing how to bridge the gap between the vision and this reality, grounding it here on earth. And I think it's really important to realize that we cannot manifest outside of us what we don't feel within.
Mm.
It really starts with taking the responsibility for ourselves, for how we show up in our life, for how we believe in ourselves and in our vision, and how bad do we want it to become reality? How driven are we? How important is it truly for you? And sometimes we don't realize the consequences of our choices. But in every moment, we make choices, whether consciously or unconsciously. And the only moment we ever have is right now. So, what do we do in the now to make our vision become reality? And if we see that we walk into this invisible wall, and sometimes we don't even see what is blocking us or what is holding us back, and to know that 95% of us is unconscious, we cannot see everything within. But to take responsibility and to ask for help when we walk into this wall, so we can transform it. And by transforming it, we make more things possible that weren't possible before. So to truly believe in your vision and to commit to your own heart to make it come true and to do whatever it takes for you to create this, because you are worthy of living it and you can live it. It is all within you.
Hmm. I'm utterless right now, just listening to everything you just shared. So my heart is full, and I'm forever grateful for everything you've shared, Yemaya, and just want to thank again everyone who's listening and watching, and feel free to reach out and connect. Um, it's also you who is creating and manifesting and adding to this world on every basis. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much again, Yemaya. And
Thank you so much for having me here.
it was a true pleasure. And we will connect again in 2 weeks from now. Thank you.
Great, great, great. I'm excited for it.
Meet.